was asked by a couple of colleagues and clients just to go through a couple of different ways of tweaking the roof. Obviously, the new version 15 had the multi-plane roof tool come out, which is a very, very powerful tool. It can do lots of very funky things, but not quite everything. For example, in Australia, we quite commonly like to have raised roof sections. So the multi-plane roof tool definitely won't do that for us. And creating things like gambrels, it just struggles a little bit too tricky. So I'm going to go through both of those methods today. There's obviously lots of different ways to do this, but just something that's nice and quick and easy. So the first thing that I've done is create a very basic sort of a roof structure. Okay, so I'm going to take this bottom triangular section of the roof and turn that into a gambrel. So the first thing I need to do is actually right click and just split or blow up that single plane roof again. There we go, so individual roof panels now that I have full control over. The first thing that I'm going to do is just take that left panel, click on the node point or the edge, and add to polygon. So usually the measurement down from that ridge point would be about half of the gambrel's cut. So 6 meters versus the 3 that I went down. I'm just going to add that in. Very, very easy. Do the other panel there. Again, click the edge, add to polygon, and this time I shouldn't need to measure because I've got those existing points in space. Done. Right, another feature inside of ArchiCAD 15 is the ability to offset guidelines. So just to create that with a slight eave offset, I might actually pick up that edge point there. There's my guideline. Click and hold, move the cursor up, and I will just hit R or D and type in the offset I'm looking for. 200 mil or 300 mil should be enough. Then I'll select that triangular portion. Obviously, I no longer need the top of that roof panel, so I'll just use my split tool on the guideline, select the top half, and then delete. So very quick and efficient gambrel. Okay, now you could do that by creating a multi-plane roof panel with a second level at that 3 meter mark, and then doing the same gable option that you would use normally. But because I'd like to apply that second height to this roof section on the right hand side, it's not going to function correctly for me. So I'll do that now. I'll select these 3 roof panels, and 2D or 3D, doesn't matter. I might just raise them up by, is it 257? 3 brick coursing. So you can see that elevation in 3D now. It's pretty drastic. Now, a lot of our clients seem to have forgotten that there is an adjust roof tool that you can use to calculate the differences in the heights of the pitching lines and the actual angle of the roof panels themselves. All you need to do is make sure that you've got the roof tool active on the left hand side there. You've got the roof selected in your main workspace. Then you can hold down Control or Command and click on the adjacent panels line. I might just do the one on the right there first. So Control click. See how it's moved the adjacent panel? Even though I've got the one on the right selected, it's that left panel that's moved. So I also need to perform the opposite function as well. Select the left, Control click, and it's adjusted that roof panel out as well. Do the same thing on the right hand side. Select that panel, Control click, and down here, Control click. Pretty straightforward. Go to 3D, and it is starting to line up very, very nicely. Obviously, there's a couple of cuts that we'll need to perform in this. So first of all, I'll select that larger roof portion, and you can see it's created a small triangular sort of a shape. So I'm just going to go through and use again that split tool, and I'll just go straight down the top of the edge, click to the left to select that triangle, and then hit delete. So that's been removed. The next thing to do is take these 2 roof panels and just fix up that triangular section there. So this is a cheeky little one. Again, I'm going to select that roof panel, this time use split, go to the intersection at the top there, and I'll just come straight out at the 45-degree mark. Select the triangle on the left, delete, and I'll perform the same function over here as well. So you can see it's really not that difficult to clean up. You just have to think about what you're trying to create, how many edges will be required on the roof panels afterwards. Okay. Right. And there's a few different ways to clean this one up. I'm going to go for the old-fashioned one. I'll just put down a node point and another node point here. Computer's just thinking very, very hard. There we go, click on the edge, insert a node point, and then I'll just stretch this one straight out with another node point again. A few different ways to clean that one up. Go to 3D, and you can see that that's nice and tidy now. If I rotate around just slightly, all good. Very small segment of roof, you probably wouldn't do that in a real situation. The last thing that you need to clean up is to take, again, these larger roof panels here, and probably insert a node point there, but stretch the edge out. That's the old method. That's what I did up the top. Down the bottom though, instead, I'm just going to use the add to polygon. I could have done this up the top with subtracted polygon, but add to polygon will work just as well. Okay, so select that roof panel, click on the node point, add to polygon, and from here up to the top, I might just refer to there we go, the node point on the pitching line, back to the edge, and complete that shape. And that has created that roof panel underneath for me. So it's cleaning up very, very nicely. Back down to 2D, and I'll just do that final edge up the top. Add to polygon once more, and I'll just go straight down this time. Oops. Should have gone straight to the intersection, but that's not going to hurt, having an additional node point there. Go back to 3D, and that's pretty much done. At the end of the day, just don't be afraid to play with the roof tool. The multiplane roof, again, is very, very powerful, but can't quite do everything. Sometimes it is necessary to split it up again, and there's lots of little tricks and tweaks that you can use on that roof tool at that point. Thanks very much for watching.